think it's weird.
Well, let's say we get some work done.
Oh, sure. Did you already start the podcast?
From Boston. In the ironically named Commonwealth of Massachusetts, in the upper right-hand corner of the United States, deep behind enemy lines, called New England. On the continent of North America, rotating at 900 miles an hour, the blue marble is the Earth, rotating at 19 miles per second. On a local star known as Sol, in the fashionable western spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, common dimension 616, it is Fido, live number 190.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you should know that all opinions and views are those of the comic strip Fido, and not necessarily, in fact, those of the completely uncancelable, valued employee, creator, and handsome man about town, Charles Lincoln Crosby III, who himself has no opinions on anything.
I can testify he is handsome.
So amidst fragrant, aromatic clouds of smoke, we'll try to get some work done, but don't hold me to it. NASA still hasn't launched the Artemis yet. They're having helium.
So there's still time.
Having helium problems. So yes, there's still time to choose a mascot, NASA, already. We've got a few ideas here. Well, let's
All good ideas.
Let's start today's show with everyone's favorite segment, What the Chief Colorist Hath Raw, a weekly segment that challenges the vows of a 20-year marriage. And look at how far ahead we are. Jesus. It's almost too big for the board here. A couple more and it'll slide off the platen. I can't get too much further ahead, can I? Here is Monday, the 9th of March. We have Fido, Felicia, Bogash. Watch this. Humans love us. Humans love it when we're friendly. He goes up and shakes paws. That's undignified. Oh, hey, Chief Colorist.
What?
Right there. That's a human finger that you gave to Fido. Oh, well. That's undignified. What's the matter? Can't do it. Cats aren't equipped for friendly gestures.
Oh, no.
Anyway, put that one aside. See, cats have claws. Here is a closet cat. You can see I had a few ink spills here and there. My constant effort to keep this comic strip as clean as possible. I fail. Okay, closet cat. He's stalking the ball on the cat tree. Takes a swing at it. Falls in a big puddle on the floor. I failed as a cat. Just pretend you meant to do that. Here is the Wednesday. Our hero Fido, Closet Cat, and Felicia. Fido says, I didn't know I was broken. What's wrong? I heard Bogash talking to Dino about taking me to the vet to get fixed. Well, it's good that they're maintaining you, but I feel great. Yeah, they'll fix that.
Oh.
And I never, all of these I could do long storylines into him, be right out, into him battling with the vet, and okay, cut it out. Okay, Fido's playing cards. We had a long debate here what they should be gambling over, and then we just decided, $100 bills.
Why not?
A straight flush. A pair of twos, I win. How does a pair of twos beat a flush? It's Thursday. Cat card rules. A pair of twos beats a flush on Thursdays. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, you're not a cat. I'm not surprised. Friday in the bar. Felicia and Fido. Coke and Pepsi. Pardon. Cheers. And the great thing about this is, that's a stupid idea. I see what's going on here. You feel threatened by something you don't know and need to reassert your superiority. You forgot to mention my good looks. Guess Fido and the cartoonist are very much alike, aren't we?
The cartoonist is truthfully very handsome.
Oh, well, gee, thank you. As everyone can tell, just by the everyone on the internet can just tell. I have a face made for radio.
So, that's not
Yeah, I've got the microphone in the right here in the shot today. I have to keep my mouth like an inch or so from the microphone to try to. We're trying to improve the sound. As I said early in the Fido shows, every show gets a little bit better than the last. We've killed the air conditioning and heat, so that fan won't be kicking on mid broadcast. And hopefully, the sound will be a little bit better on this. The camera work is still going to suck because we got Irving up here, but.
Irving's our boy.
Okay, here is the Saturday, Fido and Felicia. It has been my philosophy to not worry about things and to just control what I can control. That's a good philosophy. What do you control? Everything. The Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius would be very proud of Felicia. All right, here we go. Monday. Fido and Felicia again. You would think that this is a comic strip about a dog and a cat.
And the people that live with them.
Kind of like how Felicia just drapes on the couch. You don't understand what it's like being a dog. We have to be liked, and people like dogs to be intelligent. I need to be the smartest one in the room. Felicia gets up to leave. Oh, where are you going? I thought you needed me to leave. In order to be the smartest one in the room. And throw that aside. Okay, Fido Felicia again on the Tuesday. Time for my first poop of the day. Oh, I don't want to hear it. This is an important, expressive moment in a cat's day. Should I go here or over there? Or how about here or here? How about the litter box? That's too predictable. Stay.
Oh, that one's almost on its way off the table. Oh, it's hanging on by a thread, ladies and gentlemen. Will it go down before? Oh,
Got it.
good job.
All right. Felicia brings a phone to Fido. Fido, look at this. This was Bogash's phone, wasn't it? It's broken. He's going to be angry. Yeah, I pushed it off the table. And enter Bogash. Does anyone see my phone? And whip, exit Felicia. You see the whip of the tail as she takes off. I don't suppose you would believe that I was framed. Caught red-handed. So, that's Wednesday. Thursday, we carry on. And continuity error. Bo now has a yellow shirt where he had a green shirt in yesterday's comic strip. And this should happen, at the same time. It's another screw-up by the chief colorist.
Nope, next day. He didn't care about it.
Nope. But it's funnier if you can recognize that it is the same day, the same moments afterwards.
Well, then give me the bloody thing and I'll change the shirt.
Too late. It's already recorded. And that one did hit the floor.
That one did hit the floor, yeah. I don't even think it hit the table once, did
So
it?
Fido has the phone and he says, "You know how cats push things off tables? Well, that's what happened to your phone." Really? And he picks up the golf club and smashes the phone. I was going to get the blame anyway. Might as well enjoy myself. Oh. More errors. Let's put these aside.
Nope. I'm going with he changed his clothes.
He changed his shirt.
Yes. Yep. Changed his shirt.
All right.
Because he knows he has to go out to get a new phone.
Well, Friday in the bar. Dino finally has some lines this week. Bogash, Fido, and Felicia. Dino says, "New phone? Yeah, Fido broke my old one." Oh, wait a minute. What are we doing with shirts here? Do we have a third color shirt? Okay.
Well, now it's Friday. It's entirely different day.
He went from green shirt to yellow shirt to blue shirt.
He went out to get his new phone.
Yeah, Fido.
I'm not taking the beef on that one.
Yeah, Fido broke my old one. And Fido yells, "I did not, Felicia did." And Felicia's, "I did not." Little cute little eyes rolling. "Liar!" And he throws the phone at the cat's face, knocking her off the bar. Okay, I broke that one. And here we are Saturday. It's there all the time, taunting me. Ignore it. I can't ignore it. I'm a dog. We do things. We do great things. Dogs shape the world they live in. My tail. See? I caught it. World officially shaped. Monday. Bo in another color shirt. The green one from last Wednesday or Thursday. Fido eating some potato chips. Ugh, this stinks. Fido, did you do this? I marked it with my scent. I'm going to have to wash this. Then how will anybody know it's mine? Alright. Whoa. She hasn't finished coloring this one. It's quite a shock when you go right to one she hasn't finished coloring yet.
Yep.
We have Fido out in the back porch, Felicia inside on the cat tree, which I explained has been moved across the room to the other window. We generally rarely ever see this wall. This is the wall where the camera comes from most of the time.
And all of a sudden, the tree, it moved there. And,
well, the cats like to
all of a
move the
sudden-
tree for the sunlight. You know, this is a south-facing wall. You know,
And there's a porch. And there's normally not a porch because we've seen them on the roof. But okay.
no, there's a roof up top.
And we've had people jump out the window.
Well, it's on the other side. Oh,
Yeah,
fall, not jump.
Well, okay, fall.
I'm telling you, this is a consistent universe I've created.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, where were we? Hey, Felicia, come here. No, cats don't come when called. And Fido sits and stews for a moment. And thinks, oh, wow, look at that. What? Locks her outside on the porch. Cats are, however, curious.
Very, very much so.
Oh, I guess we can give that one back to the chief colorist. See if I can slide it underneath my little fort here. I got a fort. Let's see if you can see it on camera.
Every little boy's dreamed of before
No,
he grows up.
yeah, I got a little fort. Trying to improve the sound. Here is the Wednesday, another one that she hasn't finished drawing yet. Felicia's still out on the porch. Fido, come here. No, I don't trust you. You're a dog. You have to come when called. No, I don't. Then why are you here?
Then why are you here?
All right, let's give that one up to the chief colorist. Here's a Thursday. And this one's been done and recorded and everything.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, Fido and Felicia. Are you coming? We're going to be late. In a minute. How long is that? You know that dogs have no concept of time. Then how do you know when we're late? Because I want to be there and I'm here. Don't worry. When you get there, you'll be right on time.
Hey, talk amongst yourselves.
Don't worry. When you get there, you'll be right on time. How will I know that? All right. There's a Thursday. Friday in the bar. You know, I think I know what's causing me to almost drop these things on the floor. Over there on the table where I'm tossing these, I've got this big bag of tobacco. It's hitting it, bouncing off the bag of tobacco. All right, you people can hardly see this. I've just done the finished penciling. We still have to ink it. We may even ink this one today. It comes after where, Fido says we're going to be late. So, sorry we're late. It was Felicia's fault. I like how he tosses her under the bus immediately. Sorry we're late. It was Felicia's fault. What did we miss? Dino and I are trying to get away from our troubles. He whispers to the cat, you should leave. Oh, we couldn't ink that one today. Here is the Saturday, and Chief Colorist has to finish coloring it. Fido and Bogash. Who's making all that noise? I'm trying to sleep. It must be the cats. They're up all night. It sounded like a horn. Yeah, cats are like that. And he grabs him. You're grounded. Notices that Fido has a horn, so he thinks Fido's lying to him. And meanwhile, over on the cat tree, the cat's sitting there with a couple of horns. No, it was them. So this one's going to go to the chief colorist, and she's not there to receive it. And it went on the floor. Did it go on the floor? Yeah, it's really on the floor. Hey, I'm going to have to get up and go get that one, because she'll trample it. Yeah. Sure. Talk amongst yourself. So if anyone's left after that ennui, we can continue. Fido the comic strip continues. I think I have to relight the cigar anyway. You want to call this the official Fido cigar because it's just a little bit big. I think it's about a 62 ring gauge. Okay. Well, we gotta do the backgrounds on this one. Bogash, Fido, and Felicia in the background. I suppose you're gonna make a big production of it. Put it on a fancy plate and everything. Just give me that. And he takes the dog food and goes off and eats it. And he presents Felicia with her cat food. Here's yours. Is that Waterford crystal? No, where a dog doesn't care, a cat has to have crystal. And look, we've got already got an ink smear right up the top. All right, you guys can't see this at all. This is the 31st, so the day before April Fool's Day. Fido and Felicia come rocking into Closet Cat. Congratulations, Closet Cat! You are this year's April Fool. Really? The title comes with these special glasses. It's a pair of those, big nose, mustache, Groucho Marx glasses. And Closet Cat puts on the glasses and, oh wow, I'm so honored. You deserve it, pal. And as he carries on down and walks, he sees Dino has the same glasses on. And I hadn't noticed this, but has anyone ever read the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers? Closet Cat looks so much like Fat Freddy's cat with the glasses on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll get something from Gilbert saying, you ripped off my character. Oh, well. And Wednesday, we can do, if we decide to do a rough penciling, we'll be doing this one. This is April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day is perennially the biggest holiday we celebrate here at Fido the Comic Strip. I always play an April Fool's Day joke on the chief colorist, and I'm hoping that she'll return in time to hear this story. But let's, before I tell the story, we'll go over what the comic strip is here. Fido is standing there and he's looking off in the distance. He says, "Oh, wow." Felicia says, "Not going to work. I know it's April Fool's Day. You're going to try to play a trick on me, and I'm too smart for that." She just stays there, and Fido goes off. And in the last panel, they're all sitting around eating a pizza. And Bo says, "Felicia didn't want any pizza?" Fido, "She says she's too smart for that." And Dino says, "Yeah, this stuff is bad for you." So, there is the April Fool's Day joke. Now, I usually play an April Fool's Day joke on the chief colorist, and one of the notable ones was a few years ago. Our car had the perennial problem that modern cars have these days, and with the CAFE standards, they run the oil too thin, and the car's engine oil eats itself. And, long story short, we had to replace the engine after less than 10,000 miles, a new car. So we had the dealership find us an engine, and I call the chief colorist at work, and I say, "Yeah, we found an engine, but there's a little bit of problem." And she's like expecting the worst. "What is it?" I say, "Well, it's a little bit larger engine. Where the old Kia Soul had like 140 horsepower engine, this is a 400 horsepower engine." She says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, it's going to require a few upgrades in the car. We're going to have to upgrade the brakes and the suspension." And I hear a sigh or everything. "And we have to add racing stripes, a tail fin, and spinning hubcaps on the wheels, spinners on the wheels." To which case she finally got the joke, as if you could ever put a 400 horsepower engine in a tiny little Kia Soul. So.
I need to draw your attention to something.
What's that?
I have dropped my phone.
Mm-hmm.
But would you like to see how it landed?
Right on your shoe thing.
Yeah.
Wow, you almost caught it.
I think that is a catch.
Okay, calling that a catch.
I'm calling that a catch.
Why is your phone so heavy?
I don't know.
you got the heaviest phone in the world.
I know.
Okay, so what are we going to do today? We can either pencil, or you can ink. Yeah, I have to ink the borders on that, and then we can ink the characters on this one. Pencil, ink, or ink. Pencil or ink. What do we feel like doing? Yeah, let's give them a penciling. We'll draw stick figures today. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Now I gotta find a pencil.
Aha, you thought you were done.
Yeah, oh, here we go. I use the world's greatest pencil, as they call it, the world's best pencil, as they call themselves, the Dixon Ticonderoga.
That's the way of it also becoming the world's most expensive pencil.
No, it's pretty cheap compared to the black ones. It's cheap.
Oh yeah, okay.
You might recall this pencil from your high school days. This is the pencil they forced you to do the SATs with. Why is that? Because it is erasable. Very erasable. And let's sharpen that. Because otherwise, it's pointless.
But I'm bummed.
All right, we're going to have Irving on camera one. Zoom in a little bit closer here so you people can see what we're doing. You know, no need to see the rest of the board here. Yeah, Irving, good job. Wow. Try to get it somewhat straight, Irving. And, yeah, I'm going to push it up closer. So that you're... come back, Irving. That'll probably work for us. And you're out of my way so I can work. Well, as you know, cartoonists are the dirtiest, filthiest creatures on the face of the planet, so I have to wear this, a glove, to keep me from getting any more of my filth onto this already relatively clean page.
Yeah, okay.
I have no idea how, like, all of this, I don't know what it is. It's little black things that get on the...
In the ear.
It must be in the air.
It's the ear.
Yeah.
I would be 3 shades lighter if it weren't for the ear.
Well, you're already the whitest white girl in the building. Which in this building isn't saying much.
I'm usually the whitest white girl no matter where I go.
Alright. And I usually put down a piece of paper on the side here, and I assure you this is not an excuse for me to do a bit, but I do have a stack of stuff today. Well, for the first time in over a decade, no Star Trek TV or movies is in production or even greenlit. I'd like to say our long national nightmare is over. But they have filmed season 2, if you can believe it, of this atrocity.
Starfleet Academy.
Starfleet Academy.
They're all happy. Be happy for you.
Yeah, of that, yeah, there we go, Starfleet Academy. Cannot believe we're getting 2 seasons of this. But
Well, it's 2
I hope
seasons.
everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Ambulance just went by.
2 seasons of a show we will never watch.
They started out with with CBS All Access, which later became Paramount Plus. This was the Star Trek was supposed to be the anchor of that whole streaming service, and over 10 years they've spent billions of dollars, and Mr. Alex Kurtzman himself here is going to walk away from this with over $100 million in his own pocket. And we have hope that Ronald D. Moore will come in and bring the Star Trek universe back to sanity. We have hope. But, you know, we can tell you what has gone wrong with Star Trek. That used to be this and this, and then became that, and that, and hey Jerry, how you doing? And that, yeah, became this. And this. And this. And this. And this. Briefly, J.J. Abrams came in the middle there and gave us that, but we never went anywhere with that. Instead, we got that. So we have hope that someday
Prince will come. I mean, what can I hope you?
we will no longer have to worry about homosexual relationships between half Klingons, and our savior, Ronald D. Moore, will come in. As my friend Doug, who was actually alive when the original series aired in the 60s, is a Trekkie, and his argument was we have to continue getting Star Trek, good or bad, so that we will eventually get good Star Trek or something to that effect. But Doug, sorry to give you this news, but for the first time in 10 years, there is no more Star Trek. It is dying a quiet death. And I would have to say, let it die. So, want to have Jolene Blaylock and, what's her name, or Jerry Ryan on the board today. Better days. I remember giving Enterprise a hard time, and looking back at it now, it was a charming show. He had a dog and everything. Really. Yeah, it was a charming show. They tried so hard, and that Russell Watson, the song, "It's been a long road getting from there to..." Everyone hated it. It was like a power ballad. And what did they do to it? They like rocked it up a bit, made it a worse power ballad. It's like, I missed the original. Like, everything they did to fix this show just didn't work.
If you want it fixed, okay, we'll give you it fixed. Oh, shit.
All right, let's bring in our rolling ruler. Let's figure out what we're doing here. I was thinking, let's have Felicia sitting in front of her shrine to herself, because we haven't seen this in a while. That's what we're going to do in the first panel here. I'm going to do a 2-point perspective, and we'll bring it up to about Fido's eye level. So I'm going to make a dot way over here, and then a dot. We're off. Let's see if we can get it back on frame. Oop, we lost Jolene Blaylock. No, sorry, that was Jerry Ryan. We lost Jerry Ryan. Jerry's down. Jerry's down. All right. So those are our 2 vanishing points. Perfect. Get right in frame. Well, we know we want Fido to be about right here. We can draw him pretty big. So boom, boom, boom. Now, if he's facing this way, we use that point over there, and there's his shoulders. There's his hips, and we're just going to do basic stick figure. Dogs have haunches in the back, so I'm just going to make a little triangle down here to remind me that those haunches go there. And his tail will be up. 2 arms out. He's looking. Oh, wow. Now, Felicia will be sitting here in front of her shrine, which will be in the background. I'm thinking cross-legged. Now, we know Felicia is taller than Fido. So, see, let's get her hips in here, but I'm thinking I'm making her a little bit too big. Do a measurement on Fido's torso. So from that point to there, his shoulders. Yeah, okay, that's where we want Felicia's butt to be. And tail, go up in that direction. So I'm just going to... Your legs are crossed, and just to represent that, I just have a couple of lines. We're just doing stick figures. Now, when you sit cross-legged, you're generally hunched over more, aren't you? So I've got her all in the wrong spot. Thank goodness this is erasable. When you sit cross-legged, you hunch forward a little bit, and think it'd be funnier if she had like both paws up on her knees as she's cross-legged. Do a rudimentary face here, probably eyes closed, because she's meditating in front of her shrine to herself. Cats worship themselves. Now, we know the shrine is to the left of the couch, or in this case, so the couch will be about right there. That feels about right. That's the arm. You remember the couch does that. So, wait a minute, she'd be sitting right in the middle of the litter box. So, okay, I did that wrong. I don't want her sitting in the litter box, because that gives a complete different impression. So actually, when you think about it, that line that I made there, that will be the base of the litter box. That her shrine to herself is next to the litter box.
Says a lot.
Says a lot about a cat. So I'm just going to do the perspective on a triangular litter box here. And it feels to be about that wide. So then we know the couch goes there. All right. Now things are coming together. How you doing, Jerry? No, that's not Jerry. That's Jolene Blaylock. I forget the name of that actress. I forget the name of the Asian actress. That's horrible. Okay, and the wall is back there. Baseboard. It's a double combination base. And the shrine is a picture of herself, which Fido is mostly going to block in this first panel, but I've got to draw it anyway. So we're going to draw it as if Fido isn't here. What's great about a rolling ruler, I just match up this line, and then it rolls, and I can get a perfect parallel lines to make the picture frame. And usually I would draw everything behind here, but it's really not necessary because I'm going to have to erase it anyway for Fido. But we do know that the cat has a halo around herself. And yeah.
Well, I mean, if you had a picture of yourself, wouldn't you draw a halo around it?
I do have one,
I
and
know.
no, I did not.
You didn't? Oh, no, I guess you didn't.
A couple of devotional candles, and also let's not forget the prayer beads that are around the corners of the portrait. And that's all we have to draw there. Let's refine these lines a little bit. I will, of course, get in here with the Blackwing pencil, the dark pencil, and do the finish penciling. But this just Fido's nose, his snout, eyes. He's looking off into the distance. Happiness. Oh, wow. Head. Ears perked up. Paw. Let's see. Would his paws be closed into fists? Or let's make them open. 1, 2, 3, because he's visualizing grabbing himself a slice of pizza. See, we already know the joke here. Felicia's expecting Fido to try to fake her out, it being April Fool's Day. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And there's Fido. Let's do a little bit of cleaning up on Felicia. As she's sort of facing that way, the face is in extreme profile as I'm able to get it, with still showing both eyes. I seldom do a direct profile. I like a 3/4 profile more like her face is here. and actually her neck be going that way, hunched to the back. Tail. Should the tail be up like I had it, or does it make more sense that she's in like relaxation mode here? At the tail just goes on the floor around her like this, and we'll just pick it up in the end. Yeah, that's what I called an audible and changed midway. Actually, this would go down more. Let's draw her legs crossed first, then we'll think about her arms. We know that, okay, there's one knee. That's right. Yeah, all right. And have the other knee going up here. So that leg's come out. And this one, you don't see it, disappears back there. So that her paws are up there. And we'll do noodle arms. One, two, three. Okay, I guess that sort of reads correctly. Finish off the word balloon. Oh, wow. All right, panel 2. Let's get our ruler. There it is. Get our ruler back in here. And let's decide where you, the audience, are. I'm going to erase that point. We'll keep the... yeah. Let's bring the perspective up high. We're going to be looking down at them because there's a lot of wording in these next 2 panels, and I'm thinking of bringing the camera up so we're looking down on the animals here. So I'm going to bring my sight line up above their eye lines. So where are we? We're here. Your eyeballs are here and here. Let's see, did you? Yeah, there we go. There and there. Those are your eyeballs as you look into this 3D world. Now, I guess we'll put Felicia right in the center. Still make her somewhat big enough so the audience can see her.
That would be helpful. And the colorist can
And
color
yeah, Fido will be moving alongside this way. So, he's already... He's already disengaged from this conversation, and he's off looking at the picture, at the pizza. So, Fido paw. Let's do a few lines here for perspective reasons. There's his hips. These are his shoulders. Now, do the same thing with Felicia. Shoulders. Hips. We know she's got one leg going up there, one leg going up there. We'll do a circle here to represent her knee. Then this leg goes that way, this leg goes that way. That represents a foot. That represents the other foot that we don't really see. We can do that's her shoulder, and let's see, right there. Now I drew that entire stick figure, but I didn't need to draw that line or any other lines because these all sort of disappear behind Felicia's butt. But you've got to account for them. Fortunately, I even got her leaning back better here. By doing a fresh drawing with each panel, you're able to show movement and refine the characters better. Some cartoonists might just do one master drawing and trace it each panel, and it's a talking head strip. It gives it a really dead feeling. I wonder if the ducks are flying north again. You can hear them out in the wind.
Aren't they supposed to be
Those are the Canadian geese returning.
Ah.
We used to have
Stop here, not go to Canada.
we used to have Canadian geese characters here, and the reason why Canadian geese were in Boston is they were lost. They didn't know how to get back to Canada. All right, let's get back to what we're doing here. I've got to draw the little world around them. Start with the litter box. Remember, it stopped about right there. Looking back at the other the drawing over there for reference, and it goes to about there. Now you'll really notice the change in perspective when I draw the background here, because we are looking down at this now a little bit more. So you'll see more of the inside of the litter box than you did in the first panel. Everyone wants to see more of the inside of a cat litter box.
No one will be seated
In the exciting.
draws the color of their cat box.
No one will be seated for the cat litter box drawing scene. And we just see the bottom of the arm. The rest of the chair is like up there, so probably don't have to draw that. Let's finish out the room. This is the baseboard that we drew earlier.
Has the cat tree returned to its rightful place?
Well, the cat tree is not in this.
Oh, okay.
And now, Fido is almost stepping on her tail, which is good. We'll put the tail there. Why would he care if he steps on a cat's tail? Fido's tail, however, is straight up in the air. That shows complete interest.
Oh, Fido.
No, Fido.
Yeah,
No, his
Fido.
tail is up. That's interest. Down is a fear or disinterest or is tired. Up is interest. There's his nose, a square, 3 tufts of hair, his mustache, I guess you would call it. A big smile on his face. Off he goes. Speaking of off we go, let's check the, yep, we're still recording. So to check the computer. 1, 2, 3. And Felicia, let's draw her head while we're at it. And we'll keep her eyes closed.
Okay.
And actually, she should have a bit of a turned down eyebrow there, because she's angry. It's not gonna work, you dummy, you stupid dog.
Yeah.
So let's expand the jowls a little bit here, so that we can give the proper get rid of that. Try to get the expression right.
You're good at that.
You're not even going to bother opening her eyes.
Not even what?
She's not even going to bother opening her eyes. She's expecting Fido to try to pull a practical joke on her today. It is April Fool's Day.
So she's not even gonna bother. Joke.
And
Damned.
she keeps her paws still up. In her meditative stance, we still have to draw the picture. So I'm going to steal the angle. We know it's about that far from the... And how wide does it feel like? Okay, it's about the same width as the cat litter box. So there to about right there. So this is good. More of the cat shrine photo will be showing. It's not far away from the wall, so that feels about right. And height-wise, it's about Felicia's nose height.
Okay. What is that with her nose up in the air or just her nose more?
Now we can draw more of the cat in the shrine because Fido has moved. He's not blocking as much of it anymore. And it's just, there's the halo that we did earlier. And the beads, the prayer beads, draped. Now, this paw is up in the air with 2 fingers for peace. You'll just see that over Fido's shoulder. Okay, let's refine these characters a little bit more. Let me think, where is... Let's do some erasing here. Where is Fido's hands? This one's down here. Belly, butt, tail in the air, haunch, foot. And this foot's in the air. And let's just put this hand here doing that. So I can erase that line and that line. And let's just refine the edges of the picture frame. That's all that's, just that little part is all that's showing of the picture. And we can erase the cat box that's going through Felicia. Let's decide where her tail is. Now, can we remember? So this is her leg coming up here, and this is the other leg coming down, and we just see that part of it. And this is the knee on the other. Let's see. So this leg is going down there, so we just see that. From this angle, you don't see much of the cross legs, which is a good. Why it's good that I did the entire stick figure. All right. There is panel 2. Now, panel 3. Let's, rather than do the obvious, which would be just another two-point perspective, I'm going to do a 1-point perspective. So there you are, right there in the center. This will perhaps create some visual interest. I'll lean Fido forward. There's Fido going off in that direction, and Felicia is still sitting on the floor. No, let's see, get the heights right. Yeah, she's too high. Since we're going straight on with our perspective, right where Fido's heel is where the bottom of her butt has to be. Now, we can use a measurement of Fido to give us a general idea as to how high Felicia's torso is, so that they feel about the same. Felicia's only a few inches taller than Fido. But if when sitting down like this, if she's visibly taller than him, that doesn't make sense. So it's all a matter of what feels good.
And why are we here?
To make me feel good. You've got that right, you colors. Now, if her back is to us, we already decided that that's a vanishing point. This is not going to help us here. We've got to draw the stick figure of her leg. So we know one knee's there, one knee's there. Bing, bing. This leg's going that way. This leg's crossed this way. Got this foot here and this foot there. Shoulder, shoulder, arm, hand, and the other hand is right over there. So most of this we won't even see of the cat. But I do want to... All right. I'm calling an audible.
Well, okay.
rather than have the cats back to us,
Yeah.
we are almost looking at this from the other angle. Because this way I can draw Felicia's whole face. I don't want to draw the back of her head, because that's just not interesting.
Okay. So you're gonna draw her whole face. Okay.
So if that were the case, Fido's exiting stage, well, Felicia's left-hand side, so Fido should be going this way. Fuck, that ain't gonna work. That doesn't work. Fido will be going that way if I were to turn the camera around. Alright, can't do that. You gotta have Felicia's back of her head to us. Let's see, how can I do that? No, that doesn't work.
It doesn't.
No. This is... Alright. Let's do a hemisphere. No, it doesn't. I can't do a hemisphere. Because her face would be this way. So that we're looking directly at the back of her head.
And that wasn't planned, I take it.
Well, I don't... Okay. We're going to look at the back of her head. I have to. Because Fido's exiting stage right.
Except it's her. Oh, well.
Well, actually stage left, but Felicia's right. There's her tail. So, but let's erase everything we don't need. We don't need that, we don't need that, don't need that. So all you really see is that foot. Yeah, okay, that works. Back of the cat's head.
Mm-hmm.
And
they went silent.
yeah. Let's think about what's going on in the background here. We've already decided that's going to be our vanishing point. I've got to draw the cat litter box next to Felicia and her shrine. So, litter box goes from there to a little bit further than that. And connecting the vanishing point, which is there. This would be the wall of the room. Baseboard. She's sitting a little bit to the side here, so this is the cat portrait that she's worshipping. Do I do it to the perspective? No, because it's flat against the wall.
Irving, back away from the wall.
Prayer beads. And the couch is right there. Again, we're going to from that vanishing point to that is the couch. Okay, there is their world. Yeah, I got Felicia with the back of her head showing.
Oh, she at least combed it.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that, but I had to. And tail still in the air. You're gonna try to play a trick on me. I'm too smart for that. And in the last panel, this is one I've got to really pile all the characters on here. All right. We'll do another 1-point perspective of the table. Right in the center here is the pizza. We're going to have Dino sitting down here, where she's saying, yeah, this stuff is bad for you, and Bo standing here. So there's Bo's head, Dino's head, and Fido's somewhere in the middle, little dog. Now let's make that make sense.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to put a dot in the center there. That's going to be our perspective line. So all perspective lines go from that. Bo's shoulders, Dino's shoulders. And we're just going to make Fido fit in there. We'll figure out his position later. Let's, the pizza is an important center. Box of pizza is an important center bit.
Okay.
So I've got to draw a square pizza box here using the perspectives. And this should help us fit the characters around it. Does that feel right? No, it doesn't. It's a little bit too long. Let's pull the box back to about here.
Okay.
And in fact, I'll just leave that line in there because that can be the edge of the box. Yeah, that's it. And the lid opens up back that way with the tab of the box. I'm just going to put a triangle here. This is a slice that Fido is holding, both paws. I have a slice that Bogash is holding. Let's go that way with it. Just got a thumb, and the other hand's underneath it. And let's have Dino bring the slice to his mouth. So I'm going to define Dino's mouth a little bit better.
That sounds wrong.
You always look down at the food while you're eating it. And let's see, how is Dino holding his pizza? One hand. All right, we've reached that very special part of the show where the cartoonist blows his nose.
Ew.
There we go. Let's define Bo. He's kind of concerned. He's not looking at his food, but he's looking out. Or where's Felicia? Yeah, collared shirt. Let's do the stick figure arm. And this arm can just go down. We have to define the table. So the pizza is sitting on the table as Fido is standing on the table. So let's see. Just the edge of the box is coming off the edge of the table. What the hell? This circle here is Dino's butt. He's going to be in a chair. Well, let's define his hips. So that leg goes that way. That leg goes that way. And we'll see a little bit of the chair he's sitting in. So it gives us that vermicitude.
That's why you love her so much.
You know, the chair goes like that. Too much of an angle. That feels better. So you see very little of the chair, but you have to give the idea that the chair is there, so it explains why Dino's head is so low in the frame. We know it's his head is so low in the frame, so he fits around the dialogue, but
They don't know that.
you can't make that obvious.
Nope.
Having 3 people speak in one frame is very difficult.
It's a challenge.
I think I fit them all. I just fit them all in here.
Yeah.
Felicia didn't want any pizza. She says she's too smart for it. Yeah, this stuff is bad for you.
Stop saying pizza. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you want pizza tonight? I haven't made any dough, but we do have the French bread. I can make a French bread pizza if you want it.
You made a non-Italian pizza.
Yeah, I guess we'll call it a Spanish pizza because I made it with salsa.
Yeah.
Okay, let's we're gonna draw the edge of the table, even though it goes off the frame here, just so I can define where the leg of if the leg of the table is shown. So right there, the edge of the table's there. So yeah, just a tiny little bit of the leg is shown. How about this back corner? Yep, tiny little bit of the leg is shown there. And now I gotta fix Dino Bogash's height here because this doesn't make sense. Okay, let's erase that leg.
Okay.
So no one sees that.
Nope.
Let's
Never
think
saw
for a
it.
second.
Didn't exist.
So Bo's butt would be here. This knee's here. That knee's there. So we don't have to worry about the baseboard. That's below the frame. The window. There's a window over there. Very little of the window's actually going to be seen, but it sort of halos Bo's head. I'll draw it anyway. And looks like the blinds might peek through just on that side of the word balloon. Now all that window that I just drew, I sort of erased so I can define Bo's arm. And there we go. That was easier the layout than I feared it would be. I knew I had to get three of them in there at the same time. Yeah, the only panel that really gave us any trouble was drawing the back of Felicia's head. Because I didn't want to draw the back of her head, but I had to. All right, that is the April Fool's Day joke. Now we gotta come up with how are we doing on time? Well, we're over an hour. All right, I gotta come up with a title for this April Fool's Day. Let's see. We talked about Star Trek, how it's dying quietly. Star Trek goes quietly into the good night. Hey, Irving, on camera 1, would you zoom out a bit so we can see more of the board? And hey, check it out. I got a cardboard all up there to try to fix the sound. That's good enough. Let's come up with a title for this sucker.
Really? How long has it been?
Oh, it's over an hour.
Oh, really? Okay.
Hey, Jolene. April Fool's Day penciling.
Yeah,
I guess.
it could be as simple as that.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day non-plant thing? Or...
All right, April Fool's Day penciling.
Okay.
I'll never see that pencil again.
Oh no.
Take off our glove. Thank you for joining us for Fido Live number 190, April Fool's Day penciling. Hope to see everyone again next week. Chief Colors, do you want to say goodbye?
Certainly, I shall say goodbye.